Well, Brian, it's your 90-day review, so let's do that. And hey, man, just thanks for meeting me here in the sanctuary.
Yeah, Chris, no problem. I'm sorry, why are we in the sanctuary? Why not just do this over Zoom?
Well, because Brian, I like the sanctuary, and it's been a long time, and there's something sentimental about this, and I like to just be here at Grand Avenue and just kind of remind myself of church.
Yeah, are you doing okay?
Brian, let's get to your review here. So why don't you go over some of the events that you've worked on? You know, I'm kind of a data hound. I love to know how things went. So do you have any reports of things you've done this summer?
Yeah, I have the figures on our movie night. That went over great. Here you go. Okay.
Is there a reason these don't look like teenagers? Is there a reason you used pink? Like, what's that about? And what are these two little things over here?
Those are characters in Pixar's Onward.
Well, Brian, that doesn't look realistic at all.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I just thought, just give an example. I didn't think you really needed to see
Well, I like reports. I don't like stupid.
I'm really sorry, Chris.
Okay, well, let's keep going.
Oh, okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm prepared. So parents, we reach out to parents, and they seem to really, the approval with parents is great. We got a report from them, a survey, and things are good.
Is that meaning good, or does that mean my thumb is throbbing? Because that I guess I just don't see that. I maybe, and wait, like, you did this report?
All by myself.
Do you know how to spell?
No.
Parents leak? Is leak like a Danish way of talking about a hurt thumb, or is that?
I just, I called a lot of parents and
All right, Brian, just stop.
Okay.
What's the next report?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, so our small group leaders, Chris, it's been really hard. We're meeting on Zoom.
Okay.
We're trying to still bring the love of Jesus to these kids, and for the most part, things are going great. High school boys plugged in, they love it. High school girls, they're kicking it, they're knocking out of the park. Junior high girls, great. Junior high boys, our leaders are a little sad. It's been a little hard for them, but I'm telling Rico, I'm telling Chris, just move on. It's going to be okay. They can suck it up. That's what you tell me every time when I complain.
So these are junior high boys?
Those are the emotional feelings of our leaders right now.
Are they bald?
Rico's getting there.
Are they pink? And that doesn't even. It doesn't even say junior high boys. It says shaboys at the bottom. Is that how you do a J? I don't think so.
I went to public
Ryan,
school.
all right, that's okay. Let me just write a few things here because, I'm going to need to make some notes.
Chris, are you mad at me? I feel like I did something wrong. You just had your 90-day review with Whitney, and you guys came out of that singing. Is there something going on here?
Well, yes, in fact, there is, Brian. If you must know.
I'm so sorry.
I'm a little bit upset that I haven't been asked to be on Youth Night Live with you. All right, okay, yeah, Graham on here. Ooh, big worship leader. Like, Ike on a bike, I get it. Why not me? Why have I been neglected up till now?
Chris, I'm so sorry. We were not trying to neglect you. I just figured, you're preaching, you had July off, you're like a big deal. I just didn't know if you'd want to, they're just junior high and high school students. I didn't think you'd actually want to.
It hurts, okay? It just hurts.
I'm really sorry. We can have you on. Do you want to be on? We have one more. It was supposed to be Steven, but we've seen enough of him. Do you want to do it? Do you want to be our next guest?
Well, only if you need me.
Yeah, we need you. You know what? Actually, you could do the welcome.
This isn't some pity thing, all right?
No.
I just wanted to be on. You've had everybody else on. I'm the lead pastor. I feel like, is that wrong?
No, you're totally right. You sign my paychecks. You're totally right. You should be there. You know what? Hey, how about this, buddy? What if you did the welcome? I always get to do the welcome. You can do the welcome this time.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Right now. All you got to say is just something like, hey, welcome to Youth Night Live or whatever.
That's awesome. Welcome to Youth Night Live.
Hello. We are back, and it's time to play a game. We have Caleb and we have Gracie with us, and we're going to play a game called True Confessions. I've known both of you guys for a few years now. Gracie, I've known you for too long. Caleb, I've known you for, I don't know how many years it's been now, but I feel like I know you guys pretty well. As far as you students now, I feel like I know you guys. However, the scary and sad reality of youth pastoring is there's always things that surprise the youth pastor, things that I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of secret past about you guys I just have no idea about. And so we're gonna solve that right now with True. So this is how it's gonna work. One of us, we have two envelopes, each of us here. One of these is filled with something that is absolutely true, the other with something that is completely false. The person is going to read the statement, we don't know which is which. So you'll read your statement, and then we have a minute, we'll have something telling us we have a minute to decide, is this true or is this false? So we will interrogate you, see if your story holds up, okay?
I want the
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm all ready.
You seem like you're a little nervous.
You said interrogation. I don't do good with that.
What's the truth?
Nope.
Seriously though, we're gonna find out. Okay, Caleb, you're nervous. Let's have you go first. Gracie, pick his envelope. Should he read envelope number 1 or envelope number 2?
I would say number 2.
Number 2. Caleb, please read your envelope. Read your letter. All right.
We need to just calm down, everyone.
I mean,
So small.
In the 5th grade, I had a YouTube channel and I had one video that had over 8.5 thousand views.
That's 8.
okay, let's start. So, 5th grade, 8.5 thousand views, YouTube video. All right, Gracie, we have 60 seconds to question him. So, what was this video about?
I used to fly RC airplanes and I reviewed an RC airplane.
Okay, did you like make this video with anyone?
I made it with one of my friends,
What was his name? Just first name.
Brennan,
Okay.
What color was Brennan's hair?
blonde,
What was the thing that you flew?
an RC airplane.
Why was it? Because it was an RC biplane earlier.
I
It
don't-
was a fixed wing. I don't know. I guess.
Why did it get so many views?
I don't know. Maybe people liked it. It's a very popular RC plane that people fly, and people new coming to the hobby maybe want to see it fly.
How many comments did it get?
I didn't keep track of that.
Did it get a few? A good amount?
A good amount of views?
No
When's
comments.
the last time you checked this thing?
I don't know.
This video.
Maybe like a
You
week.
check it every day to make you feel better about yourself?
Every hour.
Every hour?
And every second of my life.
Yeah, 8,500 views. I feel specific. It feels like
okay.
maybe he's trying to lead us astray. I
Maybe
don't
it's like
know.
8.3
Yeah.
or
All right.
8,000.
Time's up. Gracie, what do you think? Do you think he's telling the truth? Or do you think he's lying?
I think you're telling the truth.
I feel like you're the type of person to say it was really 8.2 thousand views. So I'm gonna say that you're lying. Okay, tell us the truth. What is it?
I'm lying.
Oh!
8.2 thousand.
Oh my gosh!
He's talking
Wow.
to me. He knows.
Wow!
Gracie, I think it's time for you to go. Caleb, she chose. So now, please choose, Gracie. What should you do?
Well, because she's chose 2.
Actually, no. I want to choose. Gracie, I want you to open up number 1.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm really nervous. Or am I?
You are taking a long time to open that up. That's what
I'm
you are.
definitely not. Not longer than Caleb. All right. Recently, on a run, I got a leash.
False.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go with Brian on that.
Recently, on a run, I got a leech stuck to my leg.
Oh, gross. Okay, I guess we have a minute to talk. I don't want to talk about that for a minute.
Did the leech suck your blood?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
Where were you running that you got a leech?
Where was I don't know. It just like I ran in like it wasn't like a river or like a creek. It was like just like a puddle. I ran in a puddle and it literally like got stuck to my leg and I came home and it was stuck to my leg.
How long were you out for a run?
Like a mile.
Okay.
I don't keep track. We have an hour.
How long do you normally run for?
I tried to
A
do
leech, really, Gracie?
Yes, yes.
When did this happen?
like 2 weeks ago
Who were you running with?
by myself.
Who did you tell first about the leech? What did you do when you discovered the
Okay,
leech?
these are which question do you
What
want me
did
to
you do
answer
when you
first?
discovered the leech?
What did I do? I like ran into the kitchen and I told my mom and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a leech stuck to my leg. And it was really crazy.
How big was the leech?
Like that big.
What was your mom's expression when she heard that you had a leech on your leg from a run?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Something I would.
I don't know. She's already kind of untrustworthy. I don't know. What do you think, Caleb?
I'm gonna go with false because it's a leech in a puddle. Doesn't sound believable.
Okay.
Like, how did the leech get there?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say true. I'll say true.
right.
Yeah, well, then true. Okay. All right, Gracie, what is the truth?
It was false.
Oh, no!
It happened to my sister Gabby recently. She ran through a puddle and a leech got stuck to her leg.
That's
So there was
gross.
actually
It
a
is so
leech.
gross.
Someone.
There was actually a leech in a puddle.
You just stole a story from somebody else.
I did, yeah. You know.
Okay, all right. I believe it's my turn.
All right.
You haven't picked yet. What envelope should I open?
Should open envelope number 1.
Oh my gosh. The drama.
Multiple ones in there.
Gosh.
I'll read this one.
Oh my
Steph, my wife, is not pregnant.
This could be like some reveal thing for everyone.
Well, How do you know she's not pregnant?
The belly hasn't been seeming to get any bigger.
Has she taken her pregnancy test recently?
It's pretty personal, Gracie.
This is a personal issue. But you brought this up.
Has she had any awkward food cravings lately?
Awkward?
Yes and no. They may seem awkward, but only because they're my food cravings.
Oh,
and she
okay.
eats off of my things. So yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what questions to ask about this.
Yeah, I know this question.
That's a very odd thing. Well, I know we're not out of time yet, but this is false.
This is false.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you think she is pregnant?
I do think she's pregnant.
Okay.
Let's say it's true.
It's true. She's not pregnant. Yeah. All right. The truth is Stephanie Amber Lucier is not.
No.
Yeah. No, she's
double.
pregnant. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. There's a baby coming.
I knew it. Yay,
Yeah.
Steph.
There's a baby coming.
Sad that I lost, but I'm happy for you, Brian.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
That's really sweet. That was True Confessions. Yeah, I don't know who really won that. There's not really a winner there. Caleb, I think you did lose though. So
Agreed.
that was True Confessions. We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Bye.
All right, welcome back, guys. We are here with the crew. We got one more game to throw at you. We are here with Bailey. Bailey are one of our junior high girls leaders. Bailey, who are you playing for today?
For Angie Alvarez.
Angie Alvarez, awesome. Gracie, who are you playing for?
Bodie.
Bodie, 6th grade kiddo, playing for you. All right, Lauren.
I'm playing for Caitlin. Happy birthday, Caitlin.
Happy birthday, Caitlin. Yay! Yeah, who are you playing for?
I'm playing for Josh Hurley. I hope you're happy now, okay? I hope you're happy.
All right, here's the game. We are playing Pop Quiz. You always gotta add that. Pop Quiz. Really clever game where we're gonna ask you guys some questions based on some things that you should know, right? As diehard Foothill Students leaders and students, you guys should know these things. And feel free, please answer along in the comments. If you get the answer right, you are safe. The person with the wrongest answer, well, they're gonna get a little bit of a pop surprise themselves. All right, let's begin. Our first Youth Night Live premiered on June 24th. How many views does that video currently have on YouTube? You should know this, right? Okay.
No, I'm not.
4 seconds.
Oh my gosh!
So, what is your answer? 110? Lauren? 95? Gracie? 54? What do you kind of operation you think we're running here? Think this is Foothill Kids? Bailey? 123. The correct answer is 137.
Your answers are wrong.
Gracie, pick a number between 1 and 4.
3.
3.
What is that?
Nice outfit.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, that one.
Ready? No, look at the splash.
What is that? Whipped cream.
It's just so small.
It's on my face.
Round 2.
Wait, I didn't do my favorite.
Well,
All right, right, reset your paper. You guys almost ready for question number 2?
No, not after that.
All right, question number 2. Oh, so good. So exciting. Okay.
Oh my god. Ew.
Back in January of 2020, which feels like an eon ago, we had a dress-up night. What was the theme of that dress-up night? What was that dress-up night?
No.
3 seconds.
No.
All right.
I'm wrong.
In January, our theme. Caleb, what was your answer? Scary. Lauren? Pajamas. Gracie, sports.
I think it's one.
Bailey, how? In January?
Maybe let's switch up.
The correct answer is pajama night!
Wait, I feel like it was just.
Okay, here's how I'm going to decide who is the most wrong. Gracie said sports night, which is a night we actually have had, so that's fine.
Yes!
Bailey wasn't a part of Foothill Students at all during that time. Scary is a terrible choice. Caleb, pick a number between 1 and 4. That's not 3.
It's not 3.
Yeah.
Let's say 4.
4.
Here we go.
Erica?
I ain't trying to get no haircut right now.
Don't worry, it won't be your first for quarantine.
Oh,
Ready? Are you kidding me? Where'd it go? It was sand, and it didn't even hit it.
I'm legitimately so upset right now. I can't even tell you how upset I am. Like, I'm
completely missed
It just went.
You guys can throw it in the middle of me if you want.
All right. Question 3. How we doing over here, fam?
No.
not great.
I'm doing great, guys. I got nothing to say.
Question number 3. Erica Rebecca Jane Hussey joined the Foothill Church staff officially in September of this year. Last year. How long did she serve as a youth volunteer before she came on staff? How long was Erica a volunteer before she was an official staff member? All right, let's hear it. Let's start with Bailey. Bailey, what is your answer?
We went with 3 years, 6 months, and 15 days.
3 years,
Gave myself
6 months, and 15 days. Nice.
feels
Grace Urella?
Said 4 years.
4 years, she said, with drying whipped cream in her hair. Lauren?
6 years.
6 years. And you? 2.5 years.
But it's smiling.
The correct answer is 4 años. 4 years.
Dang it.
I would say Lauren was the most wrong on that one. Lauren, what number?
1 or 4.
1.
Oh, it's slashing. It's slashing. No, it's not. Oh my gosh. I'm scared.
Coffee! I love coffee!
Rabbit droppings!
Literally, how are these bad options? I do not understand.
You got it.
All right, last question for pop quiz. We have been meeting We have been meeting online for a while now. How many days has it been since we last met in person for Impact? Not for movie night, but for Impact. How many days since our last in-person Impact? Let's start with Caleb. Caleb, what did you write?
142 days.
142 days. 200. Gracie?
You can't talk. 152
152, and Bailey, 123. It has been 22 weeks. Weeks? Since puberty, apparently. It has been 22 weeks, which comes out to 100, not 254 days. Gracie was close. Gracie, because you were so close, you can choose who gets the punishment here.
But
Who gets the last
farthest though. She was the farthest technically.
I don't think she was.
Oh yeah. Right. But
I'm
you're
just Lauren.
Are you serious? All right.
I think that's just water. Oh, how unfortunate for you. Oh, does that hurt? Is that horrible to have on your head? I'm so sorry.
I forgot it's my eye.
Cream. Whipped cream.
It's like so good.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And that is Pop Quiz. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah, things are going pretty well. We got settled in pretty quickly. The move went really smooth. It's been fun getting to meet some of our neighbors. Yeah, we noticed pretty quickly that a lot of people in this area are quite a bit older than us, which is interesting. And I noticed after a couple of days, it started taking a toll on Daniel. At first, I thought he didn't really like it here, but then I realized I think he was just adapting to his new environment. I first started noticing that he was getting up much earlier than he was before. And then he started developing these new hobbies that he's never been interested in before either. And then I noticed things started to get pretty bad around here.
Do you remember that one time where I won that basketball game back in high school?
Yeah, I was there.
Well, I'm going to tell you it anyways. It was a really long and hard game, and we were down 25 points in the... Turn down the music!
What music?
What?
Are you ready?
Yep.
Honey, it's 95 degrees outside. You don't need a coat.
95 degrees? It's cold outside!
What is up, everybody? We are back for our last Youth Night Live of the summer. And because it's our last one, we have a very special guest with us, Senior Pastor at Foothill Church, Chris Charles Lewis.
Yep, that's me.
Chris, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Hey,
man.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is really exciting. This is our first kind of big thing that we're doing with you, and I'm really glad to have you on board. Thanks for doing this. Yeah. Well, Chris, maybe not everybody knows you. Probably most of them do, but for those of you who don't know you or know little about you, can you just kind of fill us in on the background here? How long you been at Foothill? Kind of talk us about, what's that process been like?
So I got here 14 years ago this December.
Wow. Older than many of you.
Yeah, and Tucker was, well, let's see, Gabby would have been 12, Tucker was 10, Berkeley was 7, Gracie was 4. So now Gracie, of course, just graduated from high school. So yeah, it's been a really fun time, and the Lord has blessed the church, and we've loved being here in Glendora and being pastor of this church. So yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Chris, one of the reasons I was super excited to have you on is I think you're a really cool guy. I think I've learned more about preaching from you than pretty much anyone else. I've learned a lot about leadership from you, and I think we all agree, like, you've been, a great leader and all that. I don't want to talk about that stuff. I don't think that's that funny. I think you can be maybe this intimidating figure to some, but I want to know a little bit more about the other side of Chris. Maybe before you became a senior pastor, maybe there's some things about your personality that people don't know. Maybe you're a goofball. Maybe you're competitive. Maybe you're secretly a pirate. Who knows? So I have some. I talked to your family before we did this.
Well, can I just interrupt?
Yeah.
Like, is there a reason you put this little statuette of me up here? Because I feel like when I look at this, I'm looking at myself. It kind of reminds me a lot, the arms, the chest. Yeah, a little tiny Chris statue.
I know, the only thing that doesn't match is the beard. You obviously have a way better beard.
Way better beard.
Than he does, yeah.
Bigger biceps.
Yeah. The reason is we put this here, when we first started this, I said, who do you guys think this action figure is? You
Pastor
know,
Chris.
Stupid kids. Everyone said Thor Ragnarok. But yeah, now they see it's actually it's Pastor Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. All the staff are required to have one of these on their desk.
Yeah, and this is actually me. White, short, kind of rounded. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I interrupted
Anyway,
you.
yeah, it's my show. I know you're you're a leader, but let me take over, please. So, Chris, I have some prompts here. I don't know all these stories, but Tucker told me to actually ask these things about you, and I would love to hear. So, Tucker told me to ask you about the pizza dough balcony. What does that mean?
Oh gosh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, kids, don't try this at home. So when I was in ending high school, beginning of college, I worked at a pizza parlor, a little one. It wasn't like a round table or anything like that. It was just this little guy at our church owned it, and I was kind of one of the store managers with my brother. And one night we were there late, and I guess we just happened to make 25 extra pounds of pizza dough, just inadvertently.
Yeah, as you do.
So we decided to take that pizza dough and put it into a big plastic bag. And then we drove it home. At the time, we lived in downtown Sacramento on the 15th floor of a high-rise building. And we walked the pizza dough all the way up to the roof. And it was about 2 a.m. by the time we got home. And we dropped it from the roof in this bag.
This giant thing of pizza dough.
This giant, 25, 50 pounds of pizza dough. And it sounded like a bomb went off. It just exploded. I mean, and we scurry back downstairs. The next morning we went downstairs because we wanted to see what it looked like. And there was pizza dough fragments like 3 stories high on this building. So I have to say, it was awesome.
Did you guys ever come clean? Did you ever get
No. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah, no, we just did it, and that's not the only thing we threw from that roof, but I'll leave it at that. So,
So giant thing of pizza dough. And then how old again were you at this time?
probably 18.
18.
Yeah, 18 or 19 years
So you're
old.
getting to the point where you should be making
I
smart
should be making
decisions.
smarter, wiser decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of crazy things that you did before you became the Chris Lewis we now know, you vandalized by throwing things off of high-rise buildings. But also, you didn't always want to be a pastor, right?
No.
We all know I was a lawyer. But before then, you wanted to be an actor, right?
I did, but I was probably 15 or younger. I think I had these delusions of grandeur of, someday maybe I could be an actor, or go to Broadway or something like that.
Which, preaching is kind of like just a half step.
It is.
In the different direction,
Yeah.
So you were really big into musical theater. Is that real?
Yeah, really big. I not like I was well known. I liked it. I did like the last musical theater thing I did was probably, well, if you count stuff I did at church, a church musical or something was 17 or 18. But I did The King and I when I was like 12. I did actually a professional theater in Sacramento called Music Circus. I was this one little bit part at the very end of Camelot, and that was fun. And then I was like in Gypsy when I was, which is just so funny. If you know the story, it's a terrible story. But I was a kid actor in that as well. So yeah, I mean, I did it off and on. It was just fun.
Yeah.
So I think you're having fun. You're friends are there. So I think it was one of those things. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to do this with my life. And then I realized, I'd also like to get paid, and I'd like to have some money in the bank. So that went out the window.
Yeah,
with the pizza dough.
With the pizza dough, yeah. We actually have a lot of students here who are in the arts, but you wisely learned, maybe this isn't.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. And hey, good for you. Go chase it. That's awesome. I just wasn't. I just got to a place where I'm like, look, I'm not that good. I mean, I sang and stuff, but it wasn't like I was some amazing actor or anything. These students who are going to like, academies where they're learning that. That wasn't me at all. I was just like doing this on the side. It was fun. So.
You were just dancing out on the street with like a hat, trying to get quarters from people.
And nobody ever paid me. That's when I realized this isn't happening.
Okay, so you were a vandal. You had aspirations of being in film. And another thing I heard about you that maybe we don't see is, Chris, if you're being totally honest, would you consider yourself a competitive person?
Oh gosh, yeah, I'm terribly competitive. It's to a fault. Everything for me is a competition. So it's terrible. Like I hate playing games with my family. Like all these families, like, oh, we had game nights and all this stuff. I'm like, it would be a bloodbath in my home because well, you know what it is? I'm competitive. I'm just a poor sport, and I always have been. I hate losing, and there's a whole story there if you want to know it. But I when I was a kid, but.
Well, I asked Tucker about your competitiveness, and maybe it's not this story, but he said 2 words. He said Mount Masada.
So we were in Israel. The first time I went with the church that I used to be a part of, and Masada is this hill, this mountaintop fortress that was built in the time of Jesus by Herod the Great. And it's like this impenetrable fortress. So it has this thing going up called the Snake Path that winds its way up. Well, most tourists, myself included, you take a tram to the top, and then there was a group of us that went. There were some guys who were like, hey, let's all walk down the Snake Path. Well, walking turned into running, which turned into a competition. So we started running down this path, and this is a really steep hill, and you have to snake your way down. Well, I wasn't in the greatest of shape, and at the time I was probably 35, 36, and this 50-year-old man, I'm 53 now, but this 50-year-old man passes me, and I'm like, no way, I can't let this happen. So you do what you have to do to win. And so I decided—
push this guy off the mountain?
Yeah, so I decided I was not going to run the path. I was going to take the shortest distance. And I literally started going down the mountain, and in the middle of this, so here, it's turning like this, and between there, I have to slide on these rocks to get from one to the next, and I'm going down, and my foot catches. So about this time, you have to picture this. Michelle is in the tram crammed with all of the other church members watching me, and she hears this. She hears, oh, Pastor Chris is going down the mountain. And then she hears, oh, Pastor Chris just fell. And I literally started falling down, and I tumbled down this mountain, and I caught myself on a rock, and I stood up, and I finished out and of course, the guy beat me, by the way. And but I got to the bottom, and I was literally bloody from head. I still have a gash in my hand. There's a little scar right here where I had punctured my hand.
Gosh.
I had hit my head. I had blood coming from my head. I had blood on my chest. I had blood pouring down my hand. And I walk up, and there's Michelle, and just like, oh my gosh. At first, and after she realized I was going to be okay, then she was just mad at me. She was like, you're such an idiot. Why are you so competitive? Like, why? Like, who cares if you, and it's true, who cares? But in the moment, I cared. And it's just stupid. It's stupid how competitive I am. So
I didn't realize that. So you said your whole church was watching you?
Yeah, we went there as we took like 100 people from the church I used to go to, that I was part of before I came out here. And so they were all in this gondola going down, watching this happen. So when I got back, I had to go to the emergency room that day and get stitched up. And I'm walking around for the rest of the time in Israel with this like gauze bandage on my hand. I couldn't get in the Dead Sea, because they'll tell you, like, if you go to the Dead Sea, it's all the salt. They're like, just make sure you don't have any kind of scar or scratch. So I'm like, well, I'm out. I can't do that because I've got them all over my body. So, yeah, it's sad. It's sad. I wish I wasn't that way, but it is. That's how I am.
I feel like you should probably use that story in some of your sermons. Maybe if you ever get to pride comes before a fall, I feel like that would fit pretty well.
Taking shortcuts in God's, plan. Like sanctification is hard and you can't take shortcuts or else it'll burn you, or trying to sin your way through something. Yeah,
or
there's a lot of
God is my rock. I fell on a rock. Chris, thanks so much. It's really good to hear this other side of you, to know that you also made stupid mistakes.
Yeah,
and so I hope kids, you learn from these mistakes and don't copy them. But if you do, please get them on video.
Don't do what I do. Yeah, that's good.
All right, well, hey, stay right there. We'll be right back after a quick break. All right, everybody, welcome back. We're here with Senior Pastor Christopher Charles Lewis. He's hanging out with us. And hey, something that I really appreciate about Chris is he's a pretty smart guy. If you guys know this, he studied a lot. He went to seminary and law school and all that.
Blah, blah.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But he really likes answering questions. And so we asked you guys some questions, and we thought this would be kind of a cool way to do this segment. Instead of just talking about a bunch of something else, we want to ask these questions and see what's burning on your guys' minds, and maybe Chris can help us out with some of this stuff. So let's start off with the hard one. Chris, who's your favorite child?
Depends on who's in the room at the time.
Yeah.
So they all think somebody else is the favorite child. So I don't know if that means I've done it right or wrong. But yeah, they would all give you an answer, and I've never agreed with them.
There's a student in the group who he loves asking hard questions, and he's been asking this one to me for a long time, and I'm glad we get to ask you now. Do you think angels have free will?
No. Well, let's say it this way. I think angels don't. Those angels that are in heaven don't have the opportunity to sin. So I think in heaven, we could say we will have, if we're going to be sort of like angels in that moment in terms of our ability to sin, I think we if you want to call that free will, but if you live in an environment where there's no opportunity to sin, I think that's what I would relate right now to the angels. I can't explain to you, if you ask me why did what happened with the devil and his angels falling, the Bible just doesn't tell us. So we would be in the realm of speculation. But I think given that they are ministering angels, they're in the presence of God all the time, I think they are beings that from our perspective, we might say they don't have the kind of free will that you might think we have. And much of that is simply because there's nothing in their environment that would cause them or lead them or tempt them to sin. So,
do people become angels when they die?
No, that's a myth. The angels are angels, people are people. We become full persons when we die, right? We receive our resurrected bodies. Jesus right now is not an angel. Jesus is fully God, fully man, forever. And so we will receive our resurrected bodies, and we will become more fully human than we've ever been before. So not angels, not wings, nothing like that. Probably pretty special what we can do, but to think you can run and not get tired and all that sort of stuff. But we will be human. We will have bodies. Yeah.
Do you think I'll be taller in heaven?
Well, Brian, I don't know.
How about just skinnier?
Would you like to be taller?
Yes, please.
See, because I feel like I just want to have arms like that, right? I feel like that should be like resurrection body, right? That should be like that's near perfect, except for the eye patch, right? Get rid of the eye patch, and Thor seems like a heavenly being, right? I mean, I don't know.
This episode brought to you by Thor Ragnarok in theaters 3 years ago. Chris, one question that we've been asking everybody who's come on is, what would you do? If you could go back in time to 12-year-old Chris, to 18-year-old Chris, and either stop the vandalism or contribute back with it, what would you do? And I want to ask you maybe a little bit more of a specific question in that vein. Maybe people don't know this, but you grew up a Christian, right?
Yeah,
there wasn't really a time in your life when you can remember not.
I grew up in a Christian home for sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's not the case with everyone in our group, but a lot of them, it can be hard, but it's good. A lot of them came from Christian parents. They grew up in the church. I was like that. it can maybe be hard for people like this who don't have this very clear before and after of you know, like what does that look like? If I've known Jesus this whole time, you know, when does that dramatic change kind of happen?
Yeah.
And so could you maybe kind of fill us in for that for you? Like go back to young Chris going into this now 50-something-year-old Chris.
Yeah.
Was it just like this eventual change of knowing Jesus and loving him? Was there some kind of specific thing? Can you help us understand that?
Yeah. So I would say there was no crisis moment in my life, because there was. I mean, I can distinctly remember at the age of 4, and I've confirmed this with my mom, me sort of it sounds the strangest thing to say for a 4-year-old kid, but a motorcycle whizzed past me, and I was struck by the fact that I could have died, and if I had died, would I have gone to heaven or hell? I thought this at like 4, I think I was 4 or 5 years old, and going in, panicked to my mom. So there was, I guess if you want to call it that moment. And I think we can never assume just because I grew up in a Christian family, therefore I'm a Christian. So one of my brothers didn't become a Christian until I'm 53, he's 60 now. He became a Christian when he was 53. He would tell you I knew it, I knew the truth, I knew all that, but I had not put my faith, my trust, my hope in Jesus Christ. And when he did, it radically changed everything. So I mean, yes, I had the advantage of growing up in that home, in that kind of home. But it would be foolish to believe that you know, somehow that just sort of carries you on. There must be that moment where each individual makes the decision to follow Jesus, and that certainly happened with me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so then going back to that, what would you tell yourself, Chris, if you could go back to middle school, high school, Chris? Is there anything that you wish you knew or you wish you could tell?
Oh gosh, so many things. Get a haircut.
Yeah.
Bathe. Mm-hmm. No, but
are you listening?
Yeah. Spiritually, boy, that it's never too early. I've never met anybody, myself included, that would say, I wish I would have waited to serve Christ later. But I've met all kinds of people that have said, why didn't Jesus save me sooner? Right? Why haven't I known this all my life? And so, I mean, young people, I would just say to you, man, you make the decision and you reaffirm that decision just every day, all the time, and surrounding yourself with godly friends that love Jesus more than they love you. I did have some of those advantages, and yet I could see there were some peer influences that were not good for me at that age. I was far too concerned about what people thought of me, and by God's grace, He walked me through all that. But I can tell you, I don't regret for a moment that Jesus revealed Himself to me, and that I decided to follow Him from a very young age.
Amen. Cool. Chris, thanks so much. Seriously, really appreciate hearing these things. It was really helpful. But now that we've heard all this stuff, we're going to see if we can get you to blow your witness by getting overly competitive in a game. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Right on.
Dude, spring break is going to be so much fun this year.
Well, at least I have my health.
Hey, no matter what's going on, at least the Tigers are safe.
Can't wait to see how many gold medals the U.S. brings home this summer.
I don't know, man. I think it's the perfect time to open up a restaurant.
Guess who has 2 thumbs and is going to lose 30 pounds this year? This guy. You know, I've just decided to take my stocks out of Purell. Hand sanitizer isn't the business to get into.
Hey, honey, guess who just bought Disney passes? I know. I can't wait.
I sure could use $1,200 right about now.
Put her there.
So, guys, I think I'm moving to Seattle, the safest city in the Northwest.
High five.
You know, I think I'm going to start praying for patience.
Just bought New England Patriots season passes. Can't wait to see Tom Brady play. Hey, who you got for the Final Four?
It's just a cough. No big deal. Y'all ever wonder what it would be like if Jumanji was real?
Dude, I dare you to eat that bat. Come on. What's the worst that...
All right, everybody, we are back. It is time for a game. So like we said before, Chris, not only are you competitive, but you're also a tall guy. Does that mean you're a pretty good basketball player?
Well, I used to be okay. I mean, yeah, I haven't played in a long time.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, I rode center bench in my basketball team in high school. So now this is our time for redemption. We are gonna play basketball, but we couldn't find any basketballs. So we found some other stuff randomly around the Grand campus, and we're gonna use that. So Chris, we're gonna go in order of the things closest to the basket. You're gonna grab your thing.
You
This
found
isn't
a
race.
cake at Grand Avenue, just a made cake.
Yeah, I made it this morning. Yeah, we're gonna take these things and we're gonna shoot it. Each item is worth 1 point. But Chris, I need to explain this. So there's a lamp here.
Okay.
These are my mom's lamps. She's had these ever since she was a little girl, and so if we could just be gentle with them when you throw it, let's just try.
That's
just
ridiculous.
Be gentle.
No.
Just be gentle. These are worth 2 points. So we're gonna go guest first. Please grab your item, go to the cone, and let's see how this goes.
I have to tell you, this is the strangest thing I've ever done in my life.
I don't believe that.
So-
You dropped pizza dough from a high rise.
Yeah, well, this is stranger than that. Like, I wasn't in a competition. I wasn't trying to win. So, all right. Here we go. Oh, jeez.
Oh.
That's probably gonna be the easiest one, too.
Yeah, you know
Right.
what? Matt Chandler totally would have made that shot.
I know he would have.
Steph Curry.
Not even a chance. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. This feels a lot easier. Oh my gosh. All right.
I don't know. Behind the cone, cheater.
Like there's no skill to
Heisman.
Ugh. Oh. Okay, I got on the board though.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time since you played basketball, but getting the board doesn't get you points.
It's tied 0-0.
I think I can make this aerodynamic if I. Oh my gosh, that's really good.
No. Same spot.
Okay.
Flowers?
Flowers.
All right.
Man, we gotta get on the board.
It's windy right now. Okay, like, do all of them have to go in?
I mean, let's say if one of them goes in, I'll give you a point.
Okay.
Maybe you should just give this to Michelle and
Can
apologize.
I dunk?
If you can dunk from the cone, please do.
All right.
Oh!
That counts,
That
right?
counts. Yeah, whatever. That counts.
Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 10. Or 8, 9, something like that.
Should we give him a point for each flower that he made? We'll do that. Make it interesting. So Chris has 4 points.
Just
Heavenly
throw
Father,
it.
just like you showed up the priest to Balaam.
Oh, yeah! Dude, there's one coming through right here.
Is it coming in?
It did.
Okay, 1 point for Brian.
On the inside, 1.
Okay.
And these are worth 2 points?
These are worth 7 points.
Oh my gosh!
That's right. Remember my mom's lamps? Please be careful.
Well, sorry, Mom. Sorry. I have no idea how to do this.
Tell us about your strategy. Okay.
I'm just gonna try to projectile it, and maybe it'll go like this and fall in that way. Well, that's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
So either that or it's just gonna be a huge.
Well, if it was predetermined to happen, it will.
Did it go in at all?
I don't think so. I don't know. We have instant replay. We can check.
Huge.
Yeah. Well, if it was predetermined to happen, it will. What do you guys think? What do you think, Erica? Did that go in?
No. Dang it.
Maybe I need to like Happy Gilmore this. Okay, before I do this, I need to say something. One of the best moments in my career at Foothill is we did this axe throwing competition, and I'm not a very competitive person because I usually lose, but I beat Chris Lewis at the axe throwing thing. I cheated mostly, but I won, and so I'm gonna try to replicate that.
Wait, you cheated?
Well, I didn't cheat. I just it takes too long to explain, but I got it easy.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Bum 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 bum. Ah! Oh!
Bang! Bang!
Let's dunk Caleb. Awesome. All right, that was with Chris. Thank you, Chris, so much. We'll be right back after this.
7 points.
Well, welcome back. My sweet and sour blueberry muffins with pecan crust and a side of sun tea. Well, it is that time again, my friends. It is the end of the night and the end of an era. For see, this is the last Youth Night Live of our summer of quarantine experience. But fear not, more things are to come. We are taking a slight break, but we will be back September 9th. But enough about the future, let's talk about the past. As you guys know, this is my time where I love to just thank all of those involved for making this amazing performance of mine a reality. So, let me commence with my thank you notes. Number 1, thank you, live sports, for finally returning to us and giving us something to talk about when we awkwardly run into somebody from our old life. Oh, hi, Jerry. How are you and the kids? Hey, sports, are you watching sports? Seriously, that has been a lifesaver. Thank you, note number 2. Thank you, summer heat, for making me sweat so much, even when I'm sitting down, that I actually lose weight. Anytime I lose weight by sitting is a plus. So thank you, ridiculous Glendora summer heat. And our last thank you note, thank you, students, parents, volunteers, tech equipment, chairs, and Ethan Robert Bailey. Thank you for tuning in and for all of your contributions to this summer. It's been a weird summer, but it's been a great summer. We love you guys, and we're praying for you, and we thank you so much. In Jesus' name, amen. And that's it. Love you guys. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Oh! Bum, 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 bum.